So, it's your girl, Miss J, about to have a talks with Jay, with Muggy. He about to hop on in a moment. We're gonna talk about battle rap, his music, his battle career, battle rap in general, and some other things. We gonna chop it up. We gonna talk about a little bit of everything. So bear with me. He should be getting on any moment now. Yeah, bear with me. He should be getting on any moment now. You know. I'm waiting for him to tap in. If you're not familiar with Muggy, check out some of his battles on Gates of the Garden. Alright, we got him pulling up now. What's
Yeah.
up? What up?
What's going on? What's the word?
You know, another day, another dollar.
Right, right.
So, let's get into it. Talks with Jay. I got Muggy. What's going on with the battle rap? You said you just had a recent battle, right?
Yeah, I just recently battled on Gates of the Garden actually.
Who
Um,
you battle?
versus a guy named PDP. I think he from Macon, from
Mm,
Wartown Battle League.
that's
It was
Georgia, right?
pretty. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. That was a pretty solid one for sure.
How many rounds? One or three?
Just one, just one.
Did you win?
I think I won.
You think
I
you won?
mean,
Alright.
well, I
I
mean,
mean,
I
I'm
not even
honest.
think. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I took that dub. I'm still undefeated. It is what
You
it
still
is.
alright? How many battles have you had altogether?
I've done four on the gates and I've done two online. So
Yeah, I
total of
watched the one. I watched that one online.
yeah,
Like I don't know what bro was like rapping about. He was just all over the
yeah.
place.
It is what it is. But they call on Muggy, I'm gonna come handle business regardless. So I have a lot of fun with battle rap. Just rapping in general, really.
I keep saying one of these days I'm gonna spit a 16. They ain't ready yet.
Nah, they
They
not.
ain't ready
It's
yet.
cool though.
It's gonna come one of these days out of nowhere.
The blogger hood gonna make their entrance.
I'm telling you, bloggerhood. Bloggerhood versus the world. Like we've been the most talked about thing really recently. All
Yeah,
up and down the
I've been
timeline.
peeping. I've been peeping. Y'all lit, man. It's a whole gang of folks.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's just a bunch of us supporting one another. That's all it really is.
Yeah, that's dope.
Bloggerhood. Get in tune if you're not in tune. But let's talk about it. Muggy, how you choose the name?
Well, shoot, that goes back all the way to my childhood. My older brothers, we used to play these games where we would come up with like different characters, and I was like a baby. They both 10 years older than me, so they gave me the name Babyface Muggy. I'm not sure why they chose that. They imagination is crazy as kids, but after they started calling me that, for some reason, everybody just kind of just started calling me Muggy after that. And that name kind of just stuck with me through all my life. And I'll meet somebody new, they'll hear somebody say, "Hey, yo, Muggy," and then they start calling me Muggy. So I just feel like I don't. It's just me, honestly. Just something that's just stuck with me. I just really like to be myself. So I think it was just dope just to have that kind of carry that name just throughout my life. I don't really got to switch up or do anything crazy.
Okay. So, how many years are we into your career for as a battle rap?
I'm not even a whole year in. That's the crazy part. I
Really?
actually my very first battle like ever. I would rap with the homies and do little freestyles in school and stuff, but never like face to face, just Muggy versus somebody. Like so, my first time even entering that sort of arena was last year, last summer against Earthquake. Shout out Gates of the Garden, kind of giving me that first look right there, get me
Yeah,
started.
salute to Dre Dennis and
Yeah, that's a
CeeLo.
fact.
Like, I must say, for Gates of the Garden, he definitely is giving people, like, people that don't really have no footage or, like, Nothing. He putting them in a position to build a resume and build your name,
Yep.
and you getting great competition.
Yeah. And it's just dope. Kind of, man. My first for that to be my first battle, I'm walking in the room. The first person I see is like Twerk and Prep and Tay Rock, and I'm just like, yo, this is my first battle, and these dudes is just like standing here, like that's. So I mean, I shout out to Gates of the Garden, Dre Dennis and CeeLo for sure, because I just think that sort of environment and atmosphere is kind of unmatched when it comes to like new battlers. Like, there's not really many opportunities for new battlers, let alone to be a new battler and coming in and you already getting put in front of your favorites already, like URL people already. So yeah, shout out to them for sure.
Yeah, that's why I tell people that when they be like drugs and twerk and prep
Hmm.
and saga, like these are battles that you can get without touching URL.
Right. And just
So
really, like you say, building your resume.
don't cut it out.
Nah, I know
Those
a
are
lot of up
definitely
and
attainable.
comers, like Elijah Straight. He's one of the up and comers that
He's
came through the gates of the
fire.
garden. Yeah, he's crazy. He gets busy.
Like
Um,
salute to him with the
yeah,
Crucible Sweet 16.
facts. Yeah, nah, he was definitely knocking down the competition in the Crucible for sure. And he kind of came up through that similar gates to the garden system. Just kind of just working his way up, building his resume, and getting to battle in front of those people to see him like, yo, he's nice. So yeah,
Like he's dope. Him, K Jack, Voice
yep,
the Poet,
hmm
like
yeah. Me and Voice got we got some smoke coming. He got to
oh
catch his
y'all gonna
battle.
battle?
Yeah, me and Voice got to see your boy. It's coming.
Yeah.
I'm
Cause
not sure when, but
he
it's
ain't
coming.
had no real competition in my opinion in his two
Right.
battles. He had Doc, Munchie, and then he had Hefe.
Hmm.
Like they was cool. They was cool battles. But
Yeah.
he needs like real competition. He's dope.
Yeah.
Like
Nah.
Voice,
That's
if he
much
keeps
respect.
up the pace that he's going,
Hmm.
like I can see possibly, maybe, if people are really into him and him, maybe Crucible season 2, possibly.
Definitely.
I think
Definitely.
he has the
He been putting in
potential.
work. He been putting
He
in work for
definitely has the
sure.
potential.
Yeah.
Um, up and coming battles. What we got?
Um. So they haven't made the announcement yet, but I am battling on this next Gates card. I ain't gonna say too much until they make the announcement. But
Is
it's
it
at
gonna
the
be
end of
in
this month.
Atlanta?
Yeah, it's in Atlanta at the end of this
Is
month.
that like really where they're basing their stuff at now?
Not really. They man, it's amazing because for me, I had actually talked to Dre Dennis like I want to say back in like 2018 or 2019 about possibly getting on the gates.
Mm-hmm.
But at the moment, like, I had been traveling the country, just doing a bunch of different stuff, and it never really made sense for me to do all that travel to for a battle. But then they started coming to Atlanta, and I was like, man, I don't really have any excuse not to hop in. So they've been in Philly, New Jersey. I think new most recently, like as far as new cities go, they've been in New York. So they're expanding for sure. I could probably see them going to the West Coast at some point.
Yeah, I think I saw somebody mention. Was it you or somebody mentioned about Dre Dennis talking to Coffee?
Yeah. Dre Dennis and him and Coffee was going back and forth a little bit on Twitter.
I
And
mean,
that
if
last
he,
card, that last card we had was basically the West Coast versus Gates. We had Geechee Gotti came, Danny Myers came, Cali Smooth came, Eli Mayor, they pulled up. So, I can definitely see it reaching to the West Coast for sure.
yeah. All right. So, kill list. Who's on it?
Kill list,
All around.
uh,
Three
shoot,
names.
3 names.
Three names.
Um, I'll start with like I don't want to step too much, talk too crazy, but I definitely as far as the gates go, I'm really looking for people to really just push my pen and just kind of just really push me and just put that pressure on me. So um, I would like, it would be dope to have a battle with Kane. He's fire. He really be rapping. Um, I could see me an Automatic Ray maybe.
He's
Um,
dope.
yeah. And I I already started writing my round for Elijah Straight, but yeah,
That would be
I
fire.
gotta see that man. I gotta see him. He's crazy. I gotta see him. I just feel like that's one of the ones that's really gonna just push me to step outside the box and get creative for real.
Yeah, yeah. Like he's fire.
Yeah, I'm aiming high. I know I do
You
got to
got
put the
to.
work in. I know I got to put the work in though to earn those sorts of people. So I'm just working my way up at this point. Like
But I
Mortal
mean,
Kombat.
Elijah Straight's only had, let's see, prior to coming to Gates, he battled Voice.
Hmm.
He battled. Did he battle K Jack? I want to say, I think he battled K Jack, but don't quote me. And I think he had like maybe three battles that overflow because he was on
Yeah, he was
overflow.
on Overflow. He
He was on
battled Jay
overflow.
Fence.
So
I think
I
he battled
think
Jay Fence on
yeah.
Overflow and
So
Saga.
Voice, Saga, and Jake. So he had like three battles. So that's why I
Yeah,
say that Elijah Straight battle is attainable.
yeah.
It definitely can happen, even with what he's doing with the Crucible and everything.
I can see
Like,
it coming. It's gonna happen. I think people starting to open up their eyes to kind of what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm bringing a lot of different things to the table in terms of like
what you bringing?
lyricism, number one, real rap, um, performance, energy, and just like my style. I don't really mimic a lot of other battle rappers. How a lot of new guys come in and they're just like line punchline or line set up punchline. Like that ain't really me. Like I'm going to rap an entire round. I have a beginning, middle, and an end. And you just gonna have to sit there and deal with that for however long I'm rapping.
Do you have a slogan?
Not, I'm still working on that. Right now, I kind of toss in "I'm not you battle rap niggas." That's something I've carried from my first battle. It kind of just gives me energy. And me coming from more of a music background and on the rap side, that's kind of why I'm coming in like, hey, yeah, I'm here, but I'm not really y'all. Like, so don't even approach me like I'm one of these regular new guys. Like, nah, that's not what this is at all.
Okay. All right, you mentioned music, so all right, so what we doing with that? Cause I know you did. Are you dropping something coming up, or it already dropped?
I just dropped a mixtape. I think it was last month called Super Muggy. Actually, I dropped two projects so far this year. I'm about 50% done with the next one. I got a lot of collab stuff with my team, independent rap label. We have a whole team of artists, and we got a lot of music and collaborations and things coming. I dropped the tape Songs for the Movement last year around September. And yeah, that's moving pretty well as well. We doing some numbers. People starting to catch on, and we've just really working to focus on building that fan base just from the beginning on that up and coming type deal. Taking little shows here and there, and even putting on our own shows. And we just sold some T-shirts. IRL World. We just dropped these T-shirts. We sold out the first day, so
Oh,
the
well,
music.
that's good.
Yeah, the music is moving for sure. So I'm definitely excited just to tackle rap from every angle.
Man, I was
Battle
about
rap
to
music.
say.
Yeah, we here.
I was about to say because like that's kind of how like A Ward and Loso are. Like
Hmm.
they battle, but then they go. They had their shows and stuff like that, which is
Yeah,
dope. I think more battlers need to do that.
yeah. They say a lot of battle rappers can't really make music, but I think
There's a rock of them that make dope music.
yeah, I think more so now than probably before. I think a lot of guys are just kind of a little more focused when it comes to just rap, and more so nowadays, especially with battle rap getting bigger and having a lot more eyes on it. It's kind of pushing people to, use battle rap as more of like a springboard platform to get into other stuff.
Yeah, because that's kind of like how Surf said it. Surf was like, he got fans that know his music, but I think he said fans that know his music but don't know his battles or something like
Right.
that. He
Yeah.
said, so it's like they get in tune with one and then they figure out he does the other. So it's like they all the way in tune with him.
Yeah. Nah,
But
Surf get crazy on the music too, for sure. Yeah. So I mean, and it makes sense. He's definitely built a fan base. Um, use kind of battle rap to propel his name into that public eye as far in terms of everything else he got going on.
yeah, cause he charted with his stuff on iTunes. I can't think of
Hmm.
too many other artists that have done it. As far as
I
like
mean,
battle rap wise, I
I
can't
mean,
think of
artists
anybody.
in general. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and
that's
that's hard to
huge.
do.
Yeah, that's huge.
I think people just like when they come to him because he's so cocky at points and how he
Hmm.
talks about himself that kind of turns people off from him at points. It
I
is
mean, it
what
is what it is. I feel like once you reach a level like Sue Surf, I mean, what can you really say to him?
it is. Yeah, because he winning them both.
Yeah,
Like
he
he
he put
accomplished
he
a
put in
lot
that
in
work.
battle rap. He's accomplished a lot in music. So
Hmm.
all right, would you do a 2-on-2?
Um, yes, it would just for me, it would just kind of have to make sense. It would definitely have to be somebody that I respect, bar wise personally. Somebody I feel like probably could write with me. Um, or even somebody who may not necessarily write as well, but their performance is on that level. You know what I'm saying? And I think if I would be able to combine with somebody like one of those two type of people, then yeah, I would definitely go for that.
Okay, so
2-on-2 is cool though.
freestyle rebuttal. Do you do it? You don't do it.
Man, so like this being like my fourth live battle, I like the fact that I'm kind of able to try a lot of different things. So I think in that K Felon battle online, I started off with that rebuttal about how he couldn't get his phone to work. So that's definitely something I'm considering. Now that I'm kind of moving on, just man, what can I incorporate more into my performance just to kind of just to put on a better show. So I had a little mid round, little rebuttal, little freestyle in the middle against PDP. I was talking about there was like a bunch of lights, like little lasers on the crowd, beam on them like the lights in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working on it.
Be like, hey, what? My rebuttal game crazy.
I don't know about I see. I would rather just kind of just fit it into my round, almost as if I wrote it. So when people catch it, they're gonna be like, "Wait a second, he actually got that shirt on right now."
Yeah,
I
kind
think
of
that
different
that's
than like
impressive.
some other
Yeah,
other battlers.
yeah.
But I think more battlers should try it.
Well, it just kind of depends on that skill set.
What that too,
Some
because
some
some people do
guys they
stumble
not
with
that
it.
strong. Yeah, some people not that strong in the freestyle. So
Yeah, like if you know your writtens are like the strong point, I'm not
mhm,
mad at you if you stick with just that.
exactly.
If you
Yeah.
know, like it's like boom, 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 every
Hmm.
line, I'm not mad at it. Just stick
But
with it.
I think it's a preparation thing too, though. I know for me, when I'm well, most of the time I prepare really hard. And it
How
comes to
long
when
does
it comes
it
to anything
take
to
you
do.
to write?
So it takes. I write really fast. So like, if they give me the name of the person I'm battling, like I could finish that verse like within an hour or two. Um, just kind of like in the same day. As far as preparation goes, that's when it takes like maybe a week to 2 weeks to really like solidify it and lock in and memorize. Once I like actually solidify what I'm gonna say or if I like certain lines or not, and once I get that final version of that verse finished, say about a
Mm-hmm.
week or two, and I can just really just lock in and walk around my living room and just yell at the wall.
I said, "Hey yo."
Yep. Waking everybody up.
Yep. Hey, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I
Yeah,
said
that's a fact.
preparation. Preparation
Hmm.
is what kills a lot of battlers.
Yep. I mean,
Like,
we see we see it with our favorites all the time. Um,
yeah,
and that's just something that I would hate to. I don't know. I just personally just take pride in just everything I do. So, if you're gonna put me on that stage, I'm gonna take pride in my presentation and give you my 1,000% best.
well, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, especially if you're getting paid for it. It's
Right.
now a profession now.
Hmm.
So once you start getting paid for it, it's not just a hobby.
Exactly. If people paying to see you, I think it's kind of like a spit in the face to the crowd if you just kind of come and you just like whatever.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because I know I've watched several events and battles that I'm like, what was that?
Yeah, like back when we had to pay for pay-per-views, man, I don't want to say I lost a lot of money, but man, I bought some pay-per-views and I was like, man, these dudes cannot get through their rounds. And I'm just like, man, I just spent like $40-$50 on this.
Because, like, that's what I was like, oh man, with some of these. And then, like, you gotta wait forever for these events to start. They'll tell you one time, then the event don't start for like 2 hours later. Like,
That's
please, the events be worth it.
man, that's something I'm getting used to. Just like stepping into the battle arena, like my background, a lot of people mention it in my battles, something I'm proud of. So, but I was in the band, coming up, marching band and concert band, symphonic band, and jazz band. I actually still even play the trumpet. Um, so just for me, like when they give me a call time, like it's automatic. I got to be there early. I got to be there early and prepared. So, I think I definitely use that sort of thing to my advantage. And even just speaking to some league owners, that's something that they really appreciate too. So, I'm just gonna keep grinding and stay professional.
Like, when y'all are, alright, so when you do your contract and, like, you get paid your deposit or however that works with the getting paid for the battle, when the day of the battle, how are, like, if say the event don't start until 4, what
Hmm.
time are you, like, contractually supposed to be there by?
Um, really, by the time the doors open for real, because I mean, as soon as the events start, we want to go ahead and get the battles going, because a lot of the times the league owners they paying for these venues, and yeah, if you there later than the time that you agreed to, that's more money, um,
Yeah.
or that's even more penalties. Sometimes you might not even be able to get through all the battles that you book. So yeah, me personally, they don't necessarily set a time. They kind of just tell you
Hmm.
the time and just say, hey, be professional. So that means just be there at least before the event start or like right when the event start.
Yeah. Cause I be like, some of these events, they be like, they're waiting for the person to get there, and I'm like, waiting for them to get there. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
That's like not professional. That's bad business. Like, you
nah, for
making the
sure.
league look bad with that.
I mean, then your opponent got people, hopefully they promoting and, they bringing their folks. And now your opponent looking crazy because you told your folks to be at the event at 3 o'clock and it's 9 and your opponent ain't even show up yet. And your folks like, hey, yo, what is this?
Yeah, like that's crazy.
Yeah, so I just try to do my best. You can't really control nobody else, but I do my best to make sure I'm always there. Like I think the first few times I battled, I ended up going first because I was like one of the few people that was there when the event started. So I'm still my streak of I'm undefeated and on time. So I got perfect attendance so far.
You don't have a problem with like setting the event off. Like, you
Nah,
prefer that?
I mean. I don't want to say I prefer it. For me, it's like I don't even really care when I go because how I feel like, we've known about these battles sometimes a month, 2 months in advance. I'm like, I've been spending the last month or two wrapping this 5 minutes worth of material and preparing it to the best of my ability that it doesn't matter when I go. My material is ready. I'm gonna get my footage. I know what I came here to do. So I show up to the battles to rap. I'm a competitor. So crowd, no crowd, you know, energy low, high energy, whatever. Like, I'm here to rap.
All right. Top 5 and Gates of the Garden coming up, and top 5 Gates of the Garden if you had to pick 5 to go up against another league.
Okay. So top 5, Gates of the Garden, um, Prestavia. She's crazy. She's
Salute to her
she's
with the
different.
Queen of the Ring coming up.
Facts. I think
Salute to
that's this
her with
weekend,
that.
May 8th.
Yeah, that's this coming weekend. Salute to
Yeah,
that.
I'm
I
probably gonna
believe there's
pull up
supposed
to
to
that.
be a pay per view for that. I'm
Hmm.
staying tuned because I want to see that.
Yep. Her, Elijah Strait, of course. Um, I'll say definitely Kang. Kang been going crazy.
Is
Um,
that who Danny Myers battled?
oh yeah, and that battle got crazy.
Yeah, because
That's
I heard on I think I saw on Twitter people was talking about it, but I was like, I didn't know who the person battled though.
yeah. He just
Um,
battled Drugs last month too. That was a pretty good battle too.
I need to check that out if it's out.
Yeah, it's on YouTube on the iBattle channel.
Alright.
I got them three. Um, I want to put myself in there, but I
You
feel
can
like
put yourself in it.
I put myself in there. I just know I'm ready for the pressure. You know what I'm saying? That comes with that. But I don't think I've battled the same level of competition as those other people just yet. So that's why I'm gonna kind of be humble on that tip. But outside of, let's see, those three, I'm thinking the gatekeepers. Shoot, Bandit Montana, he's crazy. He gets busy, and Zay Smooth, I don't think I've ever seen Zay Smooth slip up on the ever.
Nah, Zay Smooth and Luke Castro was dope. Bandit
Hmm.
Montana and
Saga, he battled Saga.
Drugs. Yeah,
That
hell,
battle
that
was
was
that battle was
fire.
crazy. Yeah,
That was fire. I think
yeah,
that might be the best Bandit Montana I've seen against
yeah,
Saga.
definitely. Nah, and I think he just understood the assignment, and he just rose to the occasion.
The better the competition, you definitely you gonna write upward. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, even
yeah.
subconsciously. So honestly, yeah, those five right there. Um, like Prestavia, Straight, Kang, Bandit, and Zay Smooth. Yeah, I would, I wouldn't mind betting on those people.
I like that you included a female in your choices.
Oh, so you have to. I feel like you have to at this point. When you talking about Gates of the Garden, I mean, Prestavia, she's kind of becoming a staple, just in
Hmm.
terms of like she's one of the Christian battle rappers, but she coming with like a whole different angle on the Christian tip, and she's really creative with it, and her bars are definitely you know quality. She's
I
coming with the
can't
bars,
wait
the
for
aggression,
her
and
and
all that.
Lady Caution to drop.
Oh, that battle was crazy.
I
Yeah, that
saw a clip from it and I was like,
man, yeah, in the building. I'll be telling all my homies, I was like, I've been telling y'all she different. And it was like, this who you talking about? I was like, yeah, just watch.
she. That's why when I was telling people about female battle rap, her and like Caution and some of these
Hmm.
other ladies fought with
Caution
that
get busy too.
female battle rappers in good hands. It's in
Hmm.
good hands.
Yep. Shout out to Caution. I would definitely, if I had to pick a six man, I would add her to that list, Lady Caution.
Oh, she got the what do you call it, the Queen of the Ring Queen of the Ring, and she going to bullpen coming up.
Yeah, nah, she's definitely,
Salute the
she's earned it.
caution doing her
She,
numbers.
man, last year, I don't, I'm not sure if there was anybody that worked harder than her last year. She was like, she was kind of just running through the gates last year. It was crazy.
Her and what was it, Lex Banco?
Hmm.
Battle Lex Banco last year. Hold on, Gaddis was this year. Was that this year?
I
Or
think that
last?
was that earlier this year?
Or
I'm gonna
was
have
I
to
think
check.
I want to say that was last year because I thought she battled her. Gaddis battled her, and then she battled RX.
Yeah, that had to have been last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we ain't seen Gaddis since.
nah,
It'd be
but
dope
yeah,
if Dre Davis can get her another plate there.
she will. I think she won. So Gates of the Garden just started like the LB the Boss Gatekeeper Award,
Mm.
Gatekeeper of the Year Award. Rest in peace, LB the Boss. And she won that, and I think the prize for that was they gave her like a list of names, and she was gonna be able to choose from a list of names for her next battle. So it's coming. I'm not sure the options they gave her or who she chose, but I'm sure whoever it is gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Um. Let's see what else. We talked your career. We talked music. Let's get into just battle rap as a whole.
Word. It's
You
getting
you've
interesting in
been
the battle rap world.
following Ultimate Madness 3?
Hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. How do you feel about Twerk's performance and the
Man,
whole thing with that?
it's disappointing. I'll say that because Twerk is like my favorite. You know, he's like my favorite battler like of all time. Like when he's at his best, I think he's unbeatable. I just
Yeah.
think there's no way you can beat Twerk when he's like at 100% and he's prepared and his energy is up there, up through the roof. Man, disappointing is just the word I have for that. I just really hope he can, figure out his process again and kind of to come back to what we grew to love him for.
All right. Prep. Prep
Prep.
still is. Do you think Prep could win it?
You say that again?
Do you think Prep could win?
I think he could. I mean, I think it's wide open at this point. We have seen, if Jack Boy can beat T Top, I think anything can happen in this tournament. Prep went crazy. Like I think he said something. He was like, "You was here before the T Rexes. You Ice Age. That's crazy." That,
Yeah.
and I'm like, if he's giving us bars like that, hey, I think sky's the limit for Prep.
Prepared Prep with it's dangerous. It's dangerous,
Yeah, I
and,
mean,
and
he's
you
proven
saw
it.
that.
Even before the tournament, he was proving that. You know,
Yeah.
prepared prep is that's gonna be his new name. Prepared prep. Hey, that's a scary sight. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he do. I would like to see like a prep versus Cortez in this tournament if we can, like because that Cortez from the official battle was like
Since we talking about that, how do you feel about the fact that Surf said that he alluded to the fact that Misfit helped him?
um I don't know. I think it's just talking speculation at this point. I mean, no, just knowing Cortez and like how long he been in the game, and then on top of that, he's been like consistently making music and in the studio, and he's been around all these dope rappers. I think it's believable. Yeah, I mean, it's believable that Cortez wrote his own rhymes. Like I don't necessarily think he needed Misfits help. Um, if she did help him, I mean, I can also see that if she did help him because her bars is crazy too. But I don't think so. I think that's just Surf getting at his guy.
Yeah, because my thing is I think Cortez was just pissed off because everybody had official. A lot of
Right.
basically most polls had official just clear beating him.
Yeah.
And I think he got pissed off and wrote the best material he can
That's
write.
what I think motivation plays a key part in these battles. Like, and I'm even me personally, I'm kind of learning that, just coming up in my first few battles. Like, some people I'm a little more excited to write for than others, and that definitely for me that kind of affects my pen, and not even like on like a conscious level, just like subconsciously, like not saying I would dumb down my bars for one person or another, but my brain might just give me a little less for somebody. Um, so I think motivation definitely plays a part and I'm not sure if we would have seen that same Cortez if that energy wasn't behind the battle, that he was trash and that he was gonna get smoked. And that's what people were saying.
Yeah.
People were saying Cortez trash. Official about to body him.
But she said that she wasn't motivated to write for him.
And that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. And that's probably one of the worst officials we've seen. Well, if you can include that 40 bars battle, but I mean
Yeah,
outside of
40
outside of
balls
that,
battles. She won, but it was a win. We'll leave it at that. It was a win.
so just that motivation do play a part. But I think that's the challenge. That's the challenge of battle rap, really. Because I mean, like CeeLo or Dre will toss me a name of somebody, and the first thing that pop in my head when I see my opponent, I'm like, I really don't got nothing to say to bro. Like
Yeah,
ain't really nothing I care to say to this guy. So it's like, but you got to dig deep and just still come with it.
but yeah. Um, the rematch of Rum and Drugs.
That's going. Man, actually, drugs been stepping his pen up just based on like the last few battles I've seen from him. Like his punches is starting to get a little more creative. And they're starting to get a little more lyrical, which I like seeing that from drugs. Um, but it's Rum Nitty, and not to take anything away from drugs, but Rum Nitty an alien, man. When it comes to these bars, I'll study Rum just to see like how is he doing this. Like,
Yeah, because Drugs just battled this past Sunday. He battled
yep.
Ryder.
Mm-hmm. And
And
drugs been battling consistently. So, and I'm not
Drugs
sure
and
if that.
Ryder was a fire one round.
Yeah, that's one of the best one rounders I've seen recently.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Y'all gotta see, man. When that Danny Myers drop versus Kang, hey, Kang going to the moon like Dogecoin after that one. I promise you.
And Swamp and Geechee.
I got Geechee 30. No offense to Swamp. I just think it's levels, and I just think Geechee's just, especially I just seen Geechee live, like in that one round. I'm like, if that's how hard Geechee goes for a one rounder that really don't mean much for him, as
Yeah,
in his career, other than
yeah,
maybe just a cash app deposit. I
yeah.
mean, if he's going hard like that, for 100K, like, man, and we saw
But
what he just did to Riggs.
he just hopped in a battle on Sunday.
Hmm.
What was it? Primo versus Mello.
Yeah,
Like Mello had some bars about Geechee, and
and
then
he hopped in
when
there.
it was Primo's go, Geechee hopped in there, rebuttal like what dude was saying, and just I'm
But
like,
I think Geechee is just like the definition of a professional battle rapper. Um,
he really is.
almost sort of like Dre Dennis. Even I gotta
Yeah,
give Dre Dennis his flowers.
he don't get the respect.
Nah, he don't.
I
But
don't understand it because it ain't like he trash. He's
no, he
definitely
be
not
he
trash.
be going crazy. Like he really be going crazy. Like all the battles I've seen him live. Like I mean, even me, I'm in the crowd. Like man, he's doing it again. You know.
Yeah, because I just saw something about he just battled quantum physics recently.
Yeah, on URL they say he 30 quantum physics on URL.
Like they hold on, had they dropped him and Piranha?
Yeah, that dropped on that.
Like that was cool battle. It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. But I think that's just one of those ones where that matchup wasn't necessarily like a matchup that anybody really was asking for. It might
No,
just
I
been
think
one
that was
they
just
kind
something
of
that
just put
URL
together.
was just like we just want to set y'all up and see what this
Yeah,
turned out to
we
be.
just want to see what Dre Dennis do on another URL card. You know,
I hope they drop the him and quantum physics sometime soon, cause you know
man,
they holding the battles forever.
man, I don't even know why. Like they got so much content. I'm like, man, people paying
I'm
monthly,
waiting for them
man.
to drop Chesaloso.
They might be waiting for another draft of deposits to come in from people's monthly subscriptions before they drop something else.
I don't know, cause you know the Sundays they've been showing different battles.
Right.
Like the first Sunday they showed Moon and J Moore.
Hmm.
They showed DG and Deuce,
I
and
miss
then like
those. You talking
yeah,
on the caffeine little rewinds?
Smack Sundays.
Yeah, I gotta tap into that. I've been seeing
Last
they've been popping
Sunday,
up.
last Sunday they showed I think it was Murder and Luck Dollars. I think it was. I ain't see that, but I saw
Okay.
the thing pop up.
Yeah, I
So I
definitely
said
gotta
I'm gonna
tap
see
into
what pop
URL.
up this week.
So I got a question for you actually.
All right.
How you feel about this caffeine era versus the live pay per view era of the past?
Man, I think far as the streams,
Hmm.
they lost a lot of money with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if the stream go down, people asking for the money back.
True.
And then it slows up. Like y'all try to get the battles done and everything like that.
Right.
Whereas like caffeine, it's free. Minus you know, it's free. Drinks involved. And it's been successful.
Yeah.
Like a lot of if you can't rap without the gas, you're not making it.
And we've
You
been
saw
seeing that.
you
We've been
see what
seeing
Killer
that.
Jones is in the room doing. You saw what
Yeah.
Killer Jones is doing.
Hmm.
You see what Danny's doing.
Yep.
Like these are guys that are well equipped with really good pits.
Hmm.
This is really good setting for them.
Yeah.
I can hear what you're saying without
Right.
all the extra in my ear the
The
whole
crowd
time with
not
the crowd.
pausing you in every line.
But then like the guys that feed off the crowd, and you even see it in some of the battles, like some of them are waiting for a reaction after some of these bars, and it's just like it throws their momentum off.
True. I mean, we've seen that. Even a guy like Shotgun Suge, I think that might have got him a little bit, and he had to kind of adapt. You know, after he choked against Jaden Nightwing, he was like,
Yeah,
okay, I see what I got to do now, and he came back. He been going crazy ever since.
yeah,
So I think it is a pretty big adjustment. You know, probably like 'cause a lot of times even what I've started doing recently, like almost like preparing for the crowd, like, cause I feel like with the crowd, it's like almost less about your opponent,
yeah,
with the crowd there, cause you gotta fight the crowd,
yeah,
too. So, and I think a lot of those guys, I think that's an incredible skill that a lot of the older era guys have, um, versus this newer era. They know how to, just get the crowd engaged, and that's why they've been our favorites for so long.
yeah. Because I think I was on Twitter, and I think somebody was like, Hitman Holler wouldn't do well on caffeine with no crowd, nobody to react
That's
to his
interesting.
performance.
I don't know, because I think Hitman can rap. But I just think Hitman he's a performer, like he's an entertainer. So he's on Wild and Out and stuff. So he knows how to get the crowd involved, and that's kind of his forte, getting the crowd involved. But underneath all that, he can still really rap to me. So I think Hitman would adapt pretty well to the caffeine. Dang, that actually we haven't seen Hitman on caffeine.
See, that's what I'm saying. And then
Hmm.
somebody mentioned about the fact, when he tags and show out, how
Yeah.
would that work if he was battling on caffeine and he tags and show out and it's no crowd to react to it? So how would the fan watching is probably gonna go crazy. But
Yeah,
it's like
right
in
at
the
home,
building,
but
how
in
would
the
that
building
be?
it might look weird. Show out better give us his best 16. You know what I'm saying? Show out better come rap, boy.
Uh, that's what I'm saying. So that would be my only question because K Shine's a performer too.
Right.
But K
I think
Shine
he's
has done
adapted well to
fine.
the caffeine era.
Yeah.
He's adapted very well to the caffeine era. And that's just I think a lot of guys, I think even the battlers now are probably enjoying the caffeine era because they really get to kind of just relax and just rap, you know?
Yeah. I'm enjoying that part.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying where a battler can go through their round and they ain't getting yoked up by nobody. Ain't nobody pushing them.
right.
I can hear them and they're not
Mm-hmm.
yelling. Minus
Mm-hmm.
the fact that one of those events they had the echo. They had the
Right,
echo and
yeah.
it's hard to hear some of them. I think that was when Chillin and Shine battled. With the mics, you could
Mm-hmm.
barely
And
hear it.
he was fixed that's the rebuttal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like aside from like those things, like they've been pretty all the battles for the most part with caffeine have been dope.
I like the fact that I think the caffeine battles are probably best to rewatch. Like man, it was an old NWX 2-on-2 where the audio is terrible. It's on URL on YouTube. The audio is terrible, and it's like the battle's like an hour long because the crowd just won't stop. Like every line, the crowd is just going crazy. And I've been trying to watch that battle for like a year straight now, trying to finish it.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Cause it's crazy. Like trying to some of these battles you just can't enjoy because of the extraness with some of these battles.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm like, even with some of these I watch on YouTube, I'd be like, I start watching it, and then eventually I
Hmm.
just turn it off.
Yeah, it's just tough to compete with the crowd. It's like you're not even really listening to the rap no more.
Yeah,
Right? I mean, I'm like a rap purist when it comes to battle rap. Like I'm here for the bars, and that's kind of about it for me. Like um, I want to hear I want to hear you rap. I want to hear your best bars. I'm gonna give you my best bars. And that's I'm still working on that performance part. I will say that just keeping it real. I am still adapting to more so like that battle rap performance part, like what to do with my hands, and things,
yeah.
just little small things like that.
Are you gonna be with the PG stuff, or are you gonna be doing your hands like twerk?
So far, this has been my go-to so far. It's been my go-to. I ain't gonna hold you. Man,
You
I done
got
did a couple. I done did a couple of these. You know what I'm saying? Little couple shot.
that's funny, but I mean you gotta figure that part out.
Yeah, it's. I think I'm getting better every battle. I think my last battle was definitely my best one so far. And from a battle rap standpoint, I think that's probably been my best mix of like battle rap and bars.
It's okay. We won't tell them that I wrote half of it. It's okay.
Oh no! All right, QP. Here we go. All right, QP done wrote for everybody now, huh?
Yeah, man. Yep. QP writing for everybody. That's another thing. Let's get into
Hmm.
that. That
Ghostwriting.
could
Let's talk about it.
him being like a bitter ex girlfriend.
Mm.
Like, dude,
That
be
that
in the
that's how you
background.
feel it. That's how you feel about it? You think it's more so like out of spite?
It's like if say Yoshi would have made it through and she
Right.
wrote what he wrote.
Yeah.
She's one step closer to $100,000. You could have just
Exactly.
and she
Didn't
could
have
have
to
broke
say
you off the bread.
nothing. Didn't have to say nothing.
But
And
no. But he's
and from
smart.
from a fan standpoint, though, I feel like that kind of takes out the fun out of battle rap for me. Like, imagine if we found out LeBron James was a robot being controlled by some kid with a controller at home. We would be like, dang, that's a pretty extreme example, but you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, that's not really him moving like that. That's not really, that's somebody else. Like, like I can't. I think that takes away from the battler that you know what I'm saying. And Yoshi's building a name for herself, and I think she's been had bars, but I think if QP has written a lot of her stuff, then I think that definitely takes away from you know her stock just as a lyricist in general, because it's like, well, you don't really write, so it's like I can't even really hold you to that same level as I would like a Jazz the Rapper or somebody, what I'm saying, who we know got bars and be writing for real, a Misfit, people like that.
I mean, for me, and I've said it, if the Yoshi that battled drugs wrote that,
Mm-hmm.
that was 3 rounds of authentic Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
Her second was crazy. Drugs'
Yeah.
third was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no real thought bars, just
Nah, just
authentically
rap.
her.
Just rap.
I like it. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that.
I agree. So, and ghostwriting in general, it's like I get it in music, because it's more like a team coming together to create a song that's
Yeah,
going to be widely consumed by the masses to have fun with.
yeah,
Um, but in battle rap, I feel like it's a competition.
yeah,
So I'm like, if you cannot write a round or 3 rounds, then you just might be in the wrong competition. Like this just might not be for you, because I think the bare minimum is writing your rounds and coming and spitting through it without choking. I think that's just the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum requirement. So and I think that takes away from the sport. I think the sport turns more into like a wilding out type of show when you start getting into the ghostwriting and things like that, because it's more so like we're not really measuring skill at this point.
yeah,
I don't care
yeah.
for it personally. I don't
It,
care for ghostwriting and battle rap.
he was smart. He was smart, and I say he was smart for, like, he had all the hype surrounding him
Hmm.
because he has battles coming up. So
Right.
that's
That's
promotion for
that.
him.
You know what? And honestly, Yoshi is like the queen of marketing right now.
She really
Um,
is. She was just out LA with Geechee at the event
yeah,
Sunday.
and she taking pictures with all the fans. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, it could have been just a big marketing scheme. And who knows?
Yeah,
We may never know.
yeah. What about Sirius and the whole recycling?
Man, I think that's I'm cool on that too. I just,
Salute the
hey,
seven.
my
Salute the
guy. Shout
seven.
out to Seven Mitchell. We in the building.
Yeah, Seven Metro Podcast.
Y'all
You
go
know,
subscribe, man.
yeah. Make sure y'all tune in. Tap in.
Yeah,
Um,
but this series, I can't get with it. Like, once again, I can't get with it. Like, I feel like you pulling the wool over my eyes. You
but
know what
he
I'm
didn't
saying?
recycle the whole verse. It was
That's
only supposedly 4 bars.
But against Rum Nitty though, you gonna recycle anything against Rum Nitty?
Nah. And the crazy part about it is that people gonna go dig and find it.
Right.
That's the crazy part about it.
Of course, in battle rap, yeah, like I mean, people going as far to find your court records in battle rap. So yeah, I
That's
wouldn't
why I be like,
even.
how people be knowing people's whole names and stuff. Well, I'm like, that's too much.
That's
I,
wild to me. I see. Me personally, I just try to keep it rap because I'm like, y'all, we just battle rapping, y'all. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
once
Whatever.
you go personal, I think for me yeah, that might not be battle rap for me then.
Yeah, and depending on how you use it, I don't even necessarily think like the super personals really be hitting for real, because it kind of get weird, because it's like you talking about his baby mama and how he done lost his kids and how you got a court date tomorrow, so that's probably why you messing up in your round right now. I'm like, Okay, now this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
No ghostwriting, no ghostwriting, no recycling. Let's just rap,
Yeah.
y'all. Just come with the raps, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else in battle rap? Would you do a tournament?
It depends.
The
I
money?
would I would say it depends on a lot of things because I mean a tournament like it would depend for me. It would depend on the time frame. Um, just
Basically, kind of
like
how they doing Ultimate Madness 3. Same
so
type of
it,
setup.
now if you going I would do a Ultimate Madness 3 sort of situation like if URL were to hit me type situ for something like that because I think whether I win or lose the battle, I think those I would still be matched up with good battles. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
I probably wouldn't necessarily do a tournament on this level. Um, you know, I would think I think tournaments are more so for people who don't necessarily get those sorts of opportunities personally. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, I feel like I'm kind of putting myself in a position to get some bigger opportunities and kind of do bigger things. So, um, unless it was a tournament where I could just like really like build like this Ultimate Madness 3 tournament, you can basically build your resume through just this Ultimate Madness 3 tournament. You know, if you've never had no like big names or anything for real, you could definitely just build your name, you know, by
Yeah.
battling all the people that they have involved. Like you might get a Geechee battle out of Ultimate Madness 3.
See, and that's what I was saying. Because I was going over the idea of like a tournament. You could have used the Crucible, the guys for the Crucible,
That would have been
and
fire.
that could have been a tournament. I mean, the process is kind of like a tournament
Yeah, it
because
is.
eventually it's money. So
Mm-hmm.
that's basically like a tournament in a sense. But I'm like, you could have, with next Ultimate Madness 4, do all new people,
Mm-hmm.
all new people
Mm-hmm.
for a certain amount.
I
Yeah,
think that would be
like,
dope to do
yeah,
like a season one versus
seven.
season
Just
two
what you're
type of
saying. The
situation.
ladies need a tournament too, but the ladies tournament really kind of hedges on, in a sense, like official didn't go far. She got knocked out the first round. Yoshi got knocked out the first round. Let's see what Casey does on Saturday.
Yeah,
If Casey
I,
could go far, I think the idea of a female tournament is even more a thing. Either way, I want a female tournament.
man, man, my whole thing with the female battle rap, right? I don't really care for the term female battle rap. Like I be trying
Battle
to
rap in
figure out
general.
like why is I just be trying to figure out like why is there that separation? Because I know women that rap just as good, if not better. Like, and I'm talking about from the music standpoint too. So I don't know. I just think the women get busy. I think it's a little disrespect, almost maybe like some older way of thinking maybe
Yeah,
like gender roles and whatnot. But I'm just like, man, you put a vixen, you know what I'm saying? You start tossing some of these girls in these these different situations with these guys. Like, I think we gonna see them step up more, and we're gonna see some better battles. From the women. But I'm like, if you're not really giving the women opportunities, then you probably just gonna keep getting what we getting.
yeah. But it's like every time you turn around, the same people on the cards, the same people on the
True,
cards.
true.
That is like, all right, King versus Queen.
Hmm.
Next King versus Queen, I want to see some new people.
Man, I want to see who was that battled was that Lady Flames with she got the locks with
Yeah,
the
she
glasses
battled
slim.
JC.
Yeah, she's crazy. I would have liked to see her in Ultimate Madness 3, honestly. Or maybe not Ultimate Madness 3, but and she could have easily been in Ultimate Madness 1 or 2. Easily.
Yeah. Ultimate Madness 4, I want the people that I'm going to be like on the edge of my chair, like, all right,
Right, right. That's not
I'm
gonna
really
choke.
tuned in. Yeah.
They give us their best every time we see them. We don't never have to worry about them choking or giving us a weird performance.
Give me the people that got the hunger, which are like the newer
Right.
battlers.
Mm-hmm.
Do this. Take the newer females after evolution,
Mm-hmm.
and give me the newer guys from the Crucible.
Yep.
Put them together. Next Ultimate Madness.
I think even the guys in the Crucible, like, I mean,
They
the guys
hungry.
who the guys who made it through the Crucible, I want to see them get some better competition. Like, I want to see Elijah Straight versus Rum Nitty personally. I want to see those battles because like we was talking about motivation earlier. I think that definitely affects performance. So if you just
It definitely
giving
does.
you giving these guys a bunch of randoms that they kind of just walking over, it's kind of like the motivation
I
kind of
said
just fades away.
I said that basically with the Crucible.
Hmm.
Crucible, the first like the step one of it and phase two of it, I'm like, bruh, some of these guys are way advanced past
Yep.
doing this. Like a J2, Payne, um, K Slate.
Yep.
Like these guys have been out for a while. Money, King Money.
Casino.
Hey, yeah, like these are people that have been
Yeah.
out for a while. So they just walking through a lot of these battles.
Exactly. Like we don't haven't already seen them all over iBattle and Riot.
Yeah. Like let me pick some people for a tournament. I think I can get a nice blend. Gardens, We Go Hard, RBE,
Hmm.
um, who else? Coliseum.
Yep.
It's and I bet you it'd be more competitive than having some of these big names.
Yeah. A lot of these guys are hungry. Even like the guy that battled Gucci Gotti on Gates of the Garden, Roll Rage 3, Wise, like, I mean, he's been going crazy, just kind of booking these big names, going after these big names, and man, he get up there and, and rap his heart out. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You get a person that you know is not gonna play with you,
Hmm.
and you go out there and you make people remember you. Whether you want to battle or not, it's making them remember you.
Exactly.
And a lot of battlers don't think that way. It's just, oh, I lost the battle. All right, whatever. No, because a lot of times in a lot of battles, I remember the person that left their impression, and they may not have won, and I'd be like, oh, I still want to see what their next battle's gonna be.
I think Daylight made a good point out of that, and that's kind of something that I keep in mind in all of my battles. Like, I'm a competitor, so naturally I'm fighting for the W. But most of the
Yeah,
times I walk in already feeling like I won. Just from a confidence standpoint, I just feel like, yo, I'm don't just feel like anybody could have written what I wrote. So I mean, but after that, I take it a step further beyond the battle, and that's something I learned early on. Like my second battle, I battled Pacemaker, and I took the approach of just talking to him, black man to white man type talk to him,
yeah,
and I was just so locked in on just that right there. I kind of forgot that, hey, wait, there's people watching you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And so now I try to give everybody a little something now while still, being myself. Because like you said, like no matter how crazy my bars was, if
yeah.
nobody remembers anything that I said or did in that battle, then whether I won or lost, it don't even matter, you know. So that's definitely something a lot of battlers got to keep in mind too. Like you say, like even doing interviews like this,
Yeah,
just putting yourself out there, staying active, and taking it a
that's
step
why.
beyond just battling on the stage.
That's why I tell people. Like Loso said it. Promotion is the best thing you can do for yourself. Salute B Maker. Salute Kobe fan.
Yo, salute everybody tapping in, man.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna hold you much longer. But let people know where they can find you and tap in with you.
Facts, facts. Yo, it's Muggy, East Atlanta Zone 6, IRL World, IRLworld.com, man. Follow us on IG. You can follow me on IG at eMuggyT, on Twitter at Lil Muggy, man. I'm pretty active. Hit me on Facebook, Elijah Tomp. I'm pretty active all over social. So man, get at me, y'all gonna you can check my latest battle out on iBattle actually, on the iBattle app. Go subscribe. Shout out to Lex Luthor and Drake Dennis, CeeLo, Gates of the Garden. We here. Next battle coming up May 30th. Stay tuned. I think Swamp and Chef Trez might be headlining that one, and I think Twerk is battling on that card too. So stay tuned for those announcements. They've been coming out recently, but yeah, man, it's your boy Muggy, man. Gates of the Garden. Salute to the battle rap community. Appreciate you Talks with Jay for having me, man. We out of here.
Deuces. Till next time.
Peace.